Good afternoon to all. Yesterday I have asked you to do your 5 questions from the assignment point of view, and I have left the options to you whether you do that by cross multiplication or elimination. But please compare the two. If question is unconditional, in which you are perfect or very much confident, please proceed with that part only. So here I have written the answers for all those 5 questions. For first question, x should be 1, y should be 2. Second question, x is equal to 18, y is equal to 15. For third, answer is x is equal to a, y is equal to b. For fourth, it is x is equal to 2 and y is equal to -1. And for fifth, it should be x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3. Please make a note of all these answers and check your solutions, whether are you correct or not. If any problems are there, you can send a comment to me. But from the solution point of view, suppose I am sharing the first question with you with both the methods, elimination or your substitution method. So simultaneously I will work out upon the two. So if you ask me, frankly speaking, I always will prefer to solve all these 5 questions the elimination method only. So if the question is not conditional, so most of the time I also request the students, please try to be perfect in elimination method. That is a great help, and you can save your time from the time management point of view also. So here was the first question, 11x minus 3 upon 2y is equal to 8. This was the first question. 7x minus 2y is equal to 3. First equation, second equation. So equation definitely is lying in the form of ax plus by is equal to c, ax plus by is equal to c. So if I think from the substitution point of view, suppose I am taking this equation. So here I know if I'll take 7x is equal to 3 plus 2y, so x will be equal to what? 3 plus 2y upon 7. So when I will put it in 1, so put it in 1, so what happens? This becomes 11 into 3 plus 2y whole upon 7 minus 3 upon 2y is equal to 8. So now you need to take the LCM here, and that is 14 somewhere, 2, that is 22 into 3 plus 2y minus 7 3s are 21y is equal to 8. And then you do the cross multiplication and open this bracket. What you will be getting, 66 plus 22 4s are 44y minus 21y and is equal to 112. So when you will do this, 24 minus 21 is your 23y. When you will take this is equal to 46, so y you will be getting is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2. If you will put here, because this is the value of x I have written here, so 2 2s are 4, 3 plus 4 7, 7 divided by 7 will give you x is equal to 1. So this is the substitution method I tried. If you will look for your elimination method, suppose in this only, so what I have to check, suppose I am trying to eliminate y here. Suppose I am trying to eliminate y here. Both are carrying the minus sign. So in first equation it is 11x minus 3 upon 2y is equal to 8. And in second equation it is 7x minus 2y is equal to what? 3. So I told at the time of introduction that this is the method of substitution and this is the method of elimination. Method of elimination is also called the method of equating the coefficients. I said that suppose I decided to eliminate y. So what I have to do is I have to equate the coefficients. Means I have to multiply whatever the coefficient of y is in the first equation, equation 2, and whatever is there in the second equation, equation 1. So into 2 and into what? 3 by 2. Now you see equation number 1 into 2 and equation number 2 into 3 by 2. Why? Because in second equation the coefficient of y is 2 and in first equation the coefficient of y is 3 by 2. So interchange that and your result will automatically be equal. You will see that what happens here when you will multiply 22x minus 2 will go off, it will be 3y is equal to 16. Every term I multiplied by 2, and here you see when I will be multiplying by 3 by 2, what happens? 7 3s are 21, so 21 upon 2x. Again 2 will go off, I will left with what? Only minus 3y. And 3 into 3 by 2 will make it what? 9 by 2. And now I need to subtract because both are carrying the negative signs which I want to eliminate. So as soon as you subtract, you have to change the signs and then this is gone. So 22x minus 21 upon 2x will give you 16 minus 9 upon 2. Here you can take the x common and then take the LCM. It is 44 minus 21 upon 2 and here it is 32 minus 9. 32 minus 9 upon 2. So here you are getting x into 23 upon 2 is equal to 23 upon 2. 2 and 2 gone, 23 and 23 gone. So what is x is equal to 1? You can compare the answer x is equal to 1. If you will be putting x is equal to 1, suppose here 7 ones are 7 and then you shift it to that side, 3 minus 7 will make it minus 4, y will be equal to 2. So that is the solution. Now you have to decide whether you have to go for elimination or substitution. One more I will solve for you here. That is what? Third question. Because need not to worry about these type of questions and can be the part of your examination if you go through your optional exercise of this particular chapter. There is a question given and now optional exercises are also added to your examination part. That was the new amendment done by the CBSE, especially onwards the year of 2020 examinations. So first equation was given to you was x upon a is equal to y upon b. So if I do the cross multiplication, what I get here? Bx minus ay is equal to 0. This is my equation number 1. Lying in the standard form, ax plus by is equal to 0. Second equation already was in standard form and that was given to me was ax plus by is equal to a square plus b square. This is my equation number 2. So now what I need to do here is I need to get the value of x and y. As I told when this question I was writing yesterday in your assignment, your answer definitely will be there in terms of a and b, and you can see x is equal to a and y is equal to b. But how should I do? Either you try it by substitution method, that I will leave to you only. As I said, in every time I will prefer the elimination method. Why? Again, my request to you, suppose I want to eliminate a here, so coefficient of x in second equation is a, I will multiply equation number 1 by a. Coefficient of x in first equation is b, so I will multiply the second equation every term by b. Then what happens? It becomes abx. A into a will make it minus a square, and 0 multiplied by any number is always equal to 0. When I will multiply each term of this by b, be careful. Again, this is abx. B into b will make it b square y, and here it is b into a square plus b square. Better to write it this way. Now what happens here? This is plus, this is plus. I said I want to eliminate it, so subtract, change the signs here. So this is eliminated now. In a square y and b square, this is y I am taking common, minus y suppose I am taking common. So inside the bracket I will left with a square plus b square only. Minus sign is there in both, I have taken common. Y is there 2 times, I have taken common. And here you are getting minus b into what? A square plus b square. Don't you think I just can cancel this with this? Minus sign with minus sign. Straight away I am getting y is equal to b or not? Y is equal to b was the answer for this. Now you substitute anywhere y is equal to b. Suppose I am substituting in 1. So what happens? Bx minus ab is equal to 0. Then what is bx is equal to ab? Can I cancel b with b? What is left? X is equal to a. So x is equal to a and y is equal to b is the answer. So similarly, you can try for the other parts also. I have given you the answers, and then please keep a watch whether your answers are correct or not. So for today, the remaining discussion, that is before starting your exercise 3.5, one query was there by someone. Sir, in exercise 3.4, Do we need to apply both the methods to get the solution of these sums? You are free. I said you are free. If the question is not conditional, you are free, you go for anyone. No need to apply two, but from the practices point of view, just in the beginning, you can try the both and you will be able to compare or to make yourself understanding that which one is more convenient to you. That is the purpose of doing with both the methods, and not in all. Do not waste your time unnecessarily. So if it is not conditional, you feel free to apply any one method. Now last part that is left from exercise 3.5 is the second last exercise of this chapter. So here the only third method that is left is called cross multiplication method. Cross multiplication method. Why this is called cross multiplication method? I will explain it to you. Now here, before writing the equations, again you need to put attention over there. Ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, and ax plus by is equal to c. In two ways we are writing, and then we are writing the value of a1, b1, c1, or your a2, b2, c2. In this method it makes a difference. If the equation is in this form or in this form, that depends in which form you have written the equation. When I wrote that in standard form 2, like ax plus by is equal to c, so at that time I told in that particular class, I will explain it to you where it affects in algebraic solution of these equations. So that is the part of this method only, that is cross multiplication method. And what is the difference in writing the two, I will make it very clear to you. Now here, before writing the solution, you have to do one thing. You write x, y, or minus 1. Now when I am writing this is minus 1, this is for this method. When you have expressed your equation in terms of ax plus by is equal to c. Why minus 1? If the equation is written in this standard form. If you have written the equation in this standard form, ax plus by plus c is equal to 0, then no need to put the sign of minus there, then it will remain x, y and 1. I hope that is clear to you. So in writing these two equations in standard form, if your equation is written in this form, then this minus sign will not be there. But throughout the exercises, I have expressed all the equation in term of ax plus by is equal to c. So here again I will follow the same. So that's why I will be putting the sign of minus 1. I hope now you are very much clear with that, because I need to shift the constant term to this side to make it is equal to 0. So that will be in standard form minus. So I will put all the times minus 1 over there. Then x, y, because my two variables are there, and third y it is minus 1 because I will be following this form. If you are following this form, then no need to put the minus sign over there. That is only the difference in two standard forms. Please make it very, very clear. First task you have to do, from both the equations you have to write the values of a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2, because two equations simultaneously will be given to you. So a1, b1, c1 and a2, b2, c2, all the times you have to focus your attention, and please write the correct values. I am specially speaking from the average or below average students point of view. When step marking is done, the marks will kept reserved for identifying a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2. Then there is a procedure you have to follow. You write this b, c, a, b, and again underneath b, c, a, b. Why this method is called cross multiplication method, that I am explaining to you. So you need to follow this pattern. That will take you to the formula where I have to start with this method of cross multiplication method. First of all, two variables x, y, and then y it is minus 1, and then systematically somewhere between b and c I am taking x, somewhere between c and a I am taking y, and somewhere between a and b I am taking minus 1. Now you have to multiply this with this, and this with this, this with this, and this with this, this with this, and this with this. So this is cross multiplication. That's why this method is known as your cross multiplication method. Now when you are taking the case of x, so x upon this B into C, like for first equation B1, C1, A1, B1. For second B2, C2, A2, B2. That's why I said this is very important to write the values. Whatever the sign the values are carrying, plus or minus, you need to put over there. Please be careful about that. And then after putting in first row B1, C1, A1, B1, and in second row B2, C2, A2, B2, same thing. Then do the cross multiplication. B1, C2, B1, C2, minus this into this, B2, C1. Then is equal to, it is the turn of y now, y upon C1, A2, C1, A2, minus C2, A1, minus C2, A1 is equal to, now this is minus 1, so minus 1 upon this into this, A1, B2, minus A2, B1. Remember this. One more thing I will like to add to your knowledge, and that is what? Now, I am following this into this, minus this into this. You feel free to do another way, this into this, minus this into this. But then, please pay attention, कि next part also you have to follow the same. Like this into this, minus this into this. Then here also this into this, minus this into this into this, minus this into this. Please be careful about that. That is not going to make any change in your answer. So finally, what you have to do, now this is ready. If you know what is B1, C1, A1 and what is B2, C2, A2, substitute those values here and go for the solution. I hope all of you will be very much clear with your answer. And then once you have to put x is equal to this and y is equal to this, you will be getting the answer. Suppose I am taking one part to make you people understand, like very simple. I will take any simple equations there. Second part I am taking 2x plus y is equal to 5. You need to solve. 2x plus y is equal to 5. You see that 2x plus y is equal to 5. And second part I am taking of exercise 3.5. 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. Before that, I would like to put one humble request to you all. Better beforehand you make it very clear what is your standard form, whether you have to write -1 or +1, number one. Number two, check all the times your equations are lying in the standard form ax plus by is equal to c, or any possibility of reduction is there in their lowest term. It is there. Then again you make it sure whether the solution is possible. Possible means this can be applied only and only for getting the particular value of x and y, that is for the unique, means are you getting that equation in terms of a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. Here you can see 2 upon 3 is not equal to 1 upon 2. Then you proceed. Otherwise simply you are wasting your time. If a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is equal to c1 upon c2, infinite solution. Need not to go for anything. Infinite solution cannot be determined algebraically. No solution again cannot be determined algebraically. That part already we have finished in our graphical solution. So please be careful. Take all these precautions beforehand so that your time management from the board examinations point of view, I am telling to you, is very, very important, students. And then if you are not taking care of that part, that is going to put you people in trouble at last. So please make a note of all these instructions. So here now, as I said, what is a1? a1 is equal to 2. What is a2? a2 is equal to 3. And what is b1? b1 is equal to 1, b2 is equal to 2, and then your c1 is equal to 5 and c2 is equal to 8. What I said, here it is now, x upon b1 c2. So this is b1, this is c2. 1 into 8 is what? 8. Directly I will put that. Minus b2 c1. b2 is 2, c1 is 5. So minus 2 5s are 10. So b1 c2 8, b2 c1 10. X upon 8 minus 10 is equal to y upon c1 a2. What is c1 is 5. What is a2 is 3. 5 3s are 15. Minus c2 a1. What is c2 is 8. What is a1 is 2. 8 2s are 16 is equal to minus 1 upon A1, B2. What is A1 is 2. What is B2 is 2. 2 2s are 4. And A2, B1. What is A2 is 3. What is B1 is 1. So minus 3. A2, B1, 3 into 1 is 3. That's all. Now you look at this. X upon 8 minus 2 is minus 2 is equal to y upon minus 1 is equal to minus 1 upon 1. That is minus 1. So once you can put, when this is there, so you can put when x upon minus 2 is equal to minus 1, so therefore x is equal to 2 because this is minus 1. And when y upon minus 1 is equal to minus 1, this implies your y is equal to 1. So x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1 will be the answer for this. And immediately you can check here. If I will put x is equal to 2, 2 2s are 4, y is equal to 1, 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. 5 is equal to 5 means left hand side is equal to right hand side, and that's all my purpose. And my answer is correct, verified. So in every answer you need not to go for this if you remember this equation. But from the steps point of view, if you write all these steps, marks will be given to you. Most of the time the question will be the part of your section C. So very important, if the question is conditional, then you are bound to follow this. Otherwise, I don't think any difficulty is there, but take your time, keep patience, and try the other parts of your question number 1 of exercise 3.5. And with the problem sums, again I will give the question in tomorrow's class. Thank you.